Chapter 4287. Jixin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Brother-in-law, I didn't mean that, Qin Chu. It's because Dad hates Tibetan Mastiffs. They're dogs anyway. Oh right, and cats too. He doesn't like any small animals. When those small animals see Dad, they seem to have a strong reaction. Bella told me about it, but I didn't pay much attention to it. What's wrong? Do you have news about Dad? Jixin was overjoyed because he knew that his brother-in-law had always been resourceful. Not yet. I was just asking. Oh. Jixin's eyes instantly turned disappointed. You've been working hard recently. You have to work in the company during the day and take care of Bella at night. It's not hard. As a man, I should support the family at critical moments. How's Mom recently? Is she doing well after she was discharged? She's doing well. She misses my sister and the children very much. Later, she heard that the children went on a trip and my sister wasn't in good health, so she stopped nagging. My mom's mental state isn't very good. She would wake up in the middle of the night and look at my dad's photo. She even secretly printed a lot of flyers and advertisements. I told her that this method doesn't work, but she wouldn't listen. She even organized the neighbors to help find my dad. It seems like Uncle Jing's disappearance was a big blow to Mom. Yes, it's precious to find something we lost and then. Sigh, Mom has a hard life. Jixin sighed slightly. If I have news about Uncle Jing, I'll let you know. Okay, brother-in-law. Thank you for your hard work. It's nothing. It's my job. After learning this, Qin Chu drove away. On the other side, Su Yu didn't dare to go to the nightclub anymore. After all, Han Yueyao was too strong. After work, Su Yu went back to the mansion to read, watch TV, eat, and play games. Recently, there was a very popular game that had flooded his WeChat moments. It was called Traveling Frog. Many people were playing it, and was deeply addicted to it. Su Yu was puzzled. Then he scrolled through his WeChat moments and found that Han Yueyao was playing it too. She was also posting on her WeChat moments that her son was traveling and wouldn't come home. Su Yu was so angry that he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Then, he sent a WeChat message to Han Yueyao. Su Yu, Han Yueyao, I'm not trying to scare you, but if you don't sleep at night and delay your work during the day, I'll deduct your pay. Han Yueyao replied instantly, Han Yueyao, deduct it all you want. I have a big business now and don't need that money. Su Yu, fuck. You sound like a nouveau riche. Please keep me. Han Yueyao, I can't afford it. But if President Su has good skills, I can borrow money from loan sharks. Su Yu, Han Yueyao, ha. Are you scared? Su Yu, how dare you say something like that? Besides, Han Yueyao, when did you become so dirty? Han Yueyao, I'm sorry, but when have I ever been pure? Su Yu, you win. Han Yueyao, ha. Su Yu, no, I'm poor. Han Yueyao, how dare you say you're poor? Su Yu, how dare you call your boss shameless? Do you still want to stay at Imperial Star? Han Yueyao, you're a big boss. Don't you feel embarrassed threatening your employees? Su Yu, you're a big star. Don't you feel ashamed blackmailing your boss? Then, Han Yueyao sent him a red packet. Su Yu was dumbfounded. Su Yu, what's going on? Chapter 4288. Han Yueyao, take it. After all, President Su didn't go to the nightclub tonight. He did a good job and improved. Su Yu, tisk, Han Yueyao, tiske what? If you don't want it, I'll take it back. Su Yu, don't lie to me. The red packet isn't a bank transfer. I can't return it. Ha, I'll take it. As soon as he finished speaking, Su Yu opened the red packet and his heart exploded. Su Yu, fuck, it's only 1 cent. You wasted my data. Give me back my data. Han Yueyao, ha, don't lie to me. You're at home and the Wi-Fi is automatically connected. How could you waste data? Su Yu, you actually gave me 1 cent? Aren't you embarrassed? Han Yueyao, if you have the nerve to open the red packet, of course I have the nerve to give it to you. Su Yu, why do I have an employee like you? Oh God, Han Yueyao, you're lucky to have an employee like me. Su Yu, then I'm not very lucky. Han Yueyao, I got it from the lucky draw. Su Yu, then this prize is a commemorative prize, right? It's equivalent to the toothpaste and soap given by the company at the annual party. Han Yueyao, you're slandering me. Han Yueyao lay on the bed and chatted with Su Yu. She suddenly felt very happy. Actually, she was really different from the other women who liked Su Yu. Those women all wanted something from Su Yu. Some wanted money, some wanted connections, and some wanted Lady Su's position. Some wanted physical contact with Su Yu. As for her, as long as she could interact with Su Yu and see him once a day, she would feel very happy. Why did she have to force him to confess to her and get rejected? Why did she have to keep confessing to him? Wasn't it troubling for him? The more she liked Su Yu, the more she understood his feelings for Huamin. In this world, there was always a kind of love that was pure, untainted, and unaffected by any conditions. It would be an exaggeration to say that he had no desires. But he really didn't have any ulterior motives. He really liked her silently. As long as she was happy, it was fine. Was this considered a Buddhist relationship? All right, I won't talk nonsense with you anymore. Time to sleep. So you said, well, I'm going to see if my frog son is back. You don't even have a boyfriend at such a young age, yet you keep calling him your son. Aren't you ashamed? Well, if you feel sorry for me, you can marry me. I'm not picky, Han Yueyao said in a voice message. In your dreams? I'm so pure, I don't want to be with a dirty girl like you. Su Yu was also joking. Then, the funny conversation between the two ended just like that. In a good mood, she posted on her WeChat moments. She wrote, confessing is something that only children like to do. Adults should just seduce directly. There were many comments below, most of which were from the company. There were agents, colleagues, TV station staff, hosts, partners, and models. In short, Han Yueyao had completely made a name for herself in the entertainment industry. She was no longer the little girl who had just come to Sea City to run errands. She had her own circle, contacts, friends, and a career that was slowly rising. She was about to put down her phone and go to sleep when a WeChat message interrupted her thoughts. She opened it and saw that it was from Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao, Yao, are you asleep? Han Yueyao, not yet. What's wrong, Xiaoxiao? Su Xiaoxiao, emergency. Han Yueyao, do you want to borrow money? How much do you need? Su Xiaoxiao, I'm not borrowing money, Yao. I need you to do something urgent for me. Chapter 4289. Han Yueyao, What's so urgent? Hearing Su Xiaoxiao's urgent words, Han Yueyao was worried sick. Su Xiaoxiao, Yao, Lin's friend called me and said that he's hospitalized. He didn't tell me what his illness is and only said that he needs money for surgery. It seems serious. You know how Lin is, he'd rather die than tell me. So, his friend called me behind his back. But I'm in the military now and my dad doesn't give me money anymore. I'm eating and using military supplies, so I can't take out too much at once. So, Yao, Han Yueyao, I know. Xiaoxiao, just tell me how much you need. Su Xiaoxiao, I heard from his friend that he needs at least 200,000 yuan, right? Han Yueyao was surprised. 200,000 yuan? What kind of illness is that? It's really scary. Su Xiaoxiao, Yao please. I'm in the northwest and I'm really worried. Just take the money from Lin. I'll pay you back. Han Yueyao, Xiaoxiao, what are you talking about? With our relationship, you don't have to say this. I'll help you. Give me the phone number of Lin's friend. I'll contact his friend and go to them personally to see how much they need. I'll do my best. Su Xiaoxiao seemed to be crying, her voice choked. She sent a WeChat message with a trembling voice. Su Xiaoxiao, Yao, thank you. Han Yueyao, don't thank me. Treat me to a big meal when you come back from your vacation. Su Xiaoxiao smiled and replied, it's a deal. 11:30 p.m. Han Yueyao received the phone number of Lin Hang's friend from Su Xiaoxiao. She called him and learned that he was hospitalized at the first hospital. So, she took a taxi and rushed there with her bank card. When Han Yueyao arrived, Lin Hang's friend was waiting at the door. Han Yueyao knew this guy. She had seen him a few times at dinner. He was Lin Hang's good friend. Seeing Han Yueyao, the guy seemed relieved. I'm surprised that you could come, Miss Han. His words seemed to have a deeper meaning. Han Yueyao knew that she hadn't contacted Lin Hang and the others since she became famous. In fact, it wasn't because she looked down on her friends because she couldn't accept Lin Hang's feelings for her. After rejecting him, their relationship became strange. Besides, Han Yueyao was close to them because of Su Xiaoxiao. Because Su Xiaoxiao had been with this group of people for a long time. Now that Su Xiaoxiao had left to join the army, Han Yueyao had nothing to say to them. However, it was undeniable that Lin Hang was a very nice person. When Han Yueyao was hospitalized, he gave her 50,000 yuan, which was a lot for him. How's he? Han Yueyao asked his friend. Let's talk inside. It's cold outside. All right. Han Yueyao nodded and followed Lin Hang's friend into the hospital. Then, the two of them walked upstairs. The man briefly explained his condition to Han Yueyao. It turned out to be uremia, and a very serious one at that. Hearing this, Han Yueyao was shocked. How did you get this disease? How old is he? Han Yueyao's heart sank. Anyway, it's very important now. Living here, the medical fees every day are very expensive. Big brother Lin has already sold the repair shop, but he still can't afford it. I suggested crowdfunding, but he refused. You know how he is? He doesn't want his matter to be publicized. Like a beggar, he asks for money from everyone. So, I had no choice but to call Xiao Xiao. Chapter 4290. I've been reading novels. Han Yueyao's heart was heavy. Miss Han, please help brother Lin. Really, we can't lose him. We've been together for so many years and we're really happy. Although we're a little poor, we've been racing all these years and we've been traveling around Tibet on motorcycles. We really have a lot of beautiful memories. Brother Lin is still underage and doesn't have his own children. He's been through a tough life since he was young and he couldn't rely on his parents. At this point, the young man's eyes turned red and he couldn't finish his sentence. Don't cry. It's okay. How much do you need? Okay. Miss Han, if you can help our brother Lin this time, all of us will be willing to do anything for you. Hearing Han Yueyao's generosity, the man was excited. Don't say that. I'm happy to help brother Lin. Let's go and pay the hospitalization fee. Thank you, Miss Han. The man had thought that Han Yueyao had become famous because she wanted to draw a clear line between them and him. He didn't expect Han Yueyao to be so loyal. She came in the middle of the night without a mask or hat and wasn't afraid of being recognized. Most importantly, she didn't dawdle and went straight to the point. The young man took Han Yueyao to pay the bill. The cashier at the window heard that they were paying for Lin Hang. Her attitude immediately turned cold. Hurry up and pay, or we'll stop taking your medicine. We're here to pay. How much do you need? Han Yueyao said as she opened her bag. You owe more than 170,000 yuan. Our hospital is so humane. If it were any other place, we wouldn't let you owe so much money. Okay, I'll pay 300,000 yuan first. If it's not enough, I'll add more. Here's swipe my card. Han Yueyao handed over a card with less than 400,000 yuan in it. Although she was popular now, her income wasn't that high. Besides, Imperial Star paid its artists every 3 months. Han Yueyao had saved a lot for her parents, so she didn't have much money left. Fortunately, she still had some emergency funds. Hearing the 300,000 yuan, the woman's attitude immediately became friendly. Hey, you must be this guy's girlfriend. You're so nice, why are you talking so much nonsense? Hurry up and pay us. We want the best medicine. Lin Hang's friend, the young man, became more confident. After the two paid, they walked toward the ward area. Miss Han, thank you so much for today. What are you thanking me for? Big brother Lin is my friend too. If you need anything in the future, just give me a call. Xiao Xiao is far away in the northwest. Distant waters can't quench a present thirst. If she knows, she'll be anxious. Here's my phone number. She took out her business card and handed it to the man. The man took it carefully. Don't worry, Miss Han. Although we look like a bunch of people who don't do proper things and don't have much culture, we still know the most basic principles of life. We know how to repay kindness and repay debts. My family recently has a piece of land and my dad is going to sell it. When the time comes, we might get $200,000. I've already discussed it with my parents. Once the money is in, we'll immediately return it to you on behalf of Brother Lin. There's no rush. I'm not in a hurry to use money. I'll treat Brother Lin first. The rest can be discussed later. Her words warmed their hearts. Then, they walked to the door of Lin Hang's ward. If Brother Lin sees you, he'll be very happy. He really likes you. Chapter 4291. The young man's words made Han Yueyao feel a little embarrassed. I'll go in and see him. She didn't reply. Instead, she pushed open the door and walked in. She thought that Lin Hang was asleep and wanted to sneak a look at him before leaving. Unexpectedly, when Han Yueyao entered, Lin Hang was reading a book. It was a world classic, The Old Man and the Sea. Han Yueyao froze when she saw the title of the book. She never knew that men like Brother Lin and the others, who seemed to be thick-skinned, would read such literary books. Hearing the footsteps, Lin Hang thought that his buddy who was taking care of him had returned. I'm fine. I'll sleep in a while. You should go and rest. You've been up all day. Lin Hang said this but still stared at the book as if he was engrossed. The Old Man and the Sea, is it good? Do you like Hemingway? Han Yueyao asked with a smile. Hearing the voice, Lin Hang's body trembled slightly. Then, he turned his head. When he saw Han Yueyao, he was a little dazed. He felt that the scene was unreal and thought that he was dreaming. But when he saw Han Yueyao's gentle and beautiful smile, he felt that it was real. Why are you here? I heard that you weren't feeling well, so I came to see you. Han Yueyao didn't deliberately mention Lin Hang's illness, so she didn't mention it. Then she saw Lin Hang quickly put down the book. His eyes were filled with pleasant surprise. Then, Han Yueyao sat down on the chair by the window as if she was familiar with it. It's too late outside. When I came, the fruit and flower shops were closed, so I didn't buy anything. What are you talking about? It's good that you're here. Lin Hang's face was a little pale. But after seeing Han Yueyao, he did feel refreshed. How about I send you a WeChat red packet? Han Yueyao teased him. Then, Lin Hang laughed even more happily. Yao Yao, you're still so funny. Han Yueyao, laughing makes you 10 years younger. My parents always say that only happy people can live freely. I'm quite satisfied with my current personality. There's nothing wrong with being funny. I can make myself happy and influence others. Yes, that's why many people like you. Lin Hang looked at Han Yueyao and said sincerely. Indeed, there are a lot of people who like me. I have a few million fans on Weibo now. If I say anything, there will be thousands of comments. It's scary. It's not easy to be a celebrity. Actually, after I became a celebrity, I realized that every industry has its difficulties. You've matured a lot. Lin Hang looked at her with an unprecedented calmness in his eyes. How old am I? Don't I need to mature? Brother Lin, after Xiaoxiao left, did you regret giving up on her? She was actually joking when she asked the question. Who would have thought that Lin Hang would take it seriously and even ask her back, what about you? Do you regret rejecting me? After all, am I that outstanding? When did you become so narcissistic? Han Yueyao laughed without the burden of being an idol. Lin Hang's heart almost melted. I was talking to you about Xiaoxiao, but you dragged me into it. Brother Lin, you're indeed the king of awkward conversations. It's so good to be able to see you or to say, I still have the chance to see you. It's so good. I thought, maybe until I leave this world, I won't have this kind of luxury. Yao Yao, thank you for the surprise. Chapter 4292. When Lin Hang said these words, they were filled with happiness and sincerity. Han Yueyao was a little embarrassed by the compliment. She picked up an apple and peeled it carefully for Lin Hang. Big brother Lin, take care of yourself. Don't worry about the medical fees. I'll take care of it. Don't spend money on me. It's a waste. Lin Hang smiled bitterly. Han Yueyao rolled her eyes. Nonsense. No matter how much money I spend, it's worth it to buy back your health. I'm a star now and make a lot of money. Maybe it's just a commercial, so don't feel burdened. Xiao is also worried about you. I think she'll ask for leave and come back to see you in a few days. Ada, I told you not to tell Xiao and you guys. He's really, why won't you tell us at a time like this? Do you still think we're friends? Han Yueyao picked up a small piece of apple and handed it to Lin Hang. He lowered his head and took it slowly. I don't want to drag you guys or anyone else into this. Don't be silly. When I was hospitalized, you modified a car for a rich guy overnight and paid for my medical fees. Big brother Lin, this is your karma. Han Yueyao comforted Lin Hang, and her words were comforting to him. Little girl, when did you become so Buddhist? You're even talking about karma? It's not like you. Lin Hang took a bite of the apple and didn't dare to look into Han Yueyao's eyes. He was afraid that the longer he looked at her, the harder it would be for him to bear it. After all, Han Yueyao was such an excellent girl. She was like the brightest star in the night sky. In everyone's life, she was so bright and beautiful. A strong light, she made people remember her with one look. Buddhism is a trend these days. All the frogs I raise are Buddhist? Frogs? Well, frogs. Obviously, he didn't know. Are you crazy? Come on, let me explain it to you. With that, Han Yueyao opened the game app on her cell phone and leaned over. She explained it to Lin Hang. For the first time, Han Yueyao took the initiative to get close to Lin Hang. Her body exuded the unique fragrance of a young girl, causing his heartbeat to accelerate in an instant. He didn't listen to a single word Han Yueyao said. All his attention was on Han Yueyao. He was still so irresistible to her. Lin Hang's buddies had thought that their boss liked Han Yueyao because of her beauty. She had a good figure. After all, she was a beauty at first sight. And she was more feminine than Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao had short hair and looked capable, like a little lunatic. Han Yueyao was also lively, but she was as happy as a rabbit. But Lin Hang knew his love for her had nothing to do with her appearance. This was a unique characteristic of this girl, a kind of passion. She made you feel that as long as you fell in love with her, you would love the whole world. Even now, this feeling was still strong. That's how it's played. It's super simple. Do you understand? Han Yueyao asked Lin Hang. Yes, I will. But you guys probably don't like this kind of game. I guess you guys like PUBG and Mobile Legends. Let's play together when we're free. All right. Lin Hang raised the corners of his mouth slightly and smiled sweetly. Before they knew it, more than an hour had passed. Han Yueyao looked down at her watch and stood up. Yao Yao, are you leaving? Lin Hang was obviously reluctant to part with her. Chapter 4293. Yeah. Go back to sleep. You have a shampoo commercial to shoot tomorrow morning. Lin Hang smiled slightly. It's late and not safe. I'll ask my friend to drive you home. It's okay. I'll take a taxi. Don't trouble yourself. Then don't come here again. Why? Feeling weird, Han Yueyao glanced at Lin Hang. My illness isn't a good thing. I'll be a burden to everyone. I don't want them to come to the hospital because of me. Humph. What kind of reason is that? I refuse. I'll come tomorrow after work. If you want to eat something, leave me a message on WeChat. I'll see it when I'm done. Hearing that Han Yueyao would come tomorrow morning, Lin Hang didn't say anything but looked pleasantly surprised. Yeah. Don't come. I'm just an ordinary person, even worse than an ordinary person. I'm sick and don't know when I'll die. I can only live on with my last breath. You're already a big star with a bright future ahead of you. Don't let the paparazzi catch you. Ha! What's wrong with being a star? Stars aren't ordinary people. They also need to eat, go to the bathroom and pee. Don't be silly. Don't let your imagination run wild. You should take care of yourself. You look haggard and not handsome anymore. How can you pick up girls in bars? Despite her teasing tone, Lin Hang felt warm in his heart. Han Yueyao waved her hand and turned to leave the ward. Before she left, she gave instructions to the young man at the door. I'll pay 300,000 yuan for the medical fees. I'll get it in advance from the company. If it's not enough, remember to tell me. Don't ask anyone else. Miss Han, you're such a good person. Okay. I'm not a good person or a philanthropist. I'm just a friend of Brother Lin. I can't just stand by and watch him die. Besides, Brother Lin helped me before. Anyway, take good care of Brother Lin. I'll come to see him often. I'll report to you about Brother Lin's condition. Okay, I'll go now. Miss Han, I'll walk you out. No. Take care of Brother Lin. I'll go now. Han Yueyao returned home from the first hospital in the middle of the night. This time, she had helped Lin Hang in his hour of need. She had paid Lin Hang's medical fees and even visited him. The hooligans who had said that Han Yueyao was a vixen who could only be looked at and not used shut their mouths. It was really like the saying in the underworld, who can and who can't, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Therefore, that night, Lin Hang posted on his WeChat moments. After all, he was a person who would not post more than 3 times in a year. Therefore, everyone paid a lot of attention to the post, especially since it was still a critical period and she was still hospitalized. He wrote, "Life is like a cup of tea, bitter and fragrant." Before today, Lin Hang had given up on himself with the thought that he would die one day. But after Han Yueyao came, she felt the whole world brightened. Therefore, when he posted on his WeChat moments, there was a sense of positive energy. Su Xiaoxiao immediately liked the post. Then she commented, "Fate is kind. Brother Lin, you deserve to be treated well." In the taxi, she liked the post instantly but didn't leave any comments. In fact, she felt that some things were better said than done. Actions were better than promises. Lin Hang's matter couldn't be resolved in a day or two. It might take a lot of manpower and money, but since she was involved, she would do it until the end. Chapter 4294. Lin Hang sent a WeChat message to Su Xiaoxiao. It was the first time he sent a WeChat message after Su Xiaoxiao left. He knew if Su Xiaoxiao hadn't said something to Han Yueyao, she wouldn't have come. Xiaoxiao must have played a big part in the girl's decision not to come. Lin Hang, Xiaoxiao, thank you. Su Xiaoxiao, why are you thanking me? Thank me for letting you go and not being your dog's skin plaster. Ha. Lin Hang, no. I knew Yao would come. You told her. Su Xiaoxiao, Yao is kind. I told her I'd pay you back, but she didn't agree. Lin Hang, anyway, thank you. I don't know if I'll have a chance to pay you back. Su Xiaoxiao, pooh. Don't talk nonsense. Say something more auspicious. People who have undergone chemotherapy for cancer aren't as depressed as you. It's just uremia. You can go to Sister Huamin. She's a great doctor. She'll find a way to cure you. Don't give up. Life is beautiful. Lin Hang, Xiaoxiao, how are you doing in the Northwest? Su Xiaoxiao, how should I put it? This place. The sandstorm was quite strong. It blew twice a year, and each time it blew, it would last for 6 months. Lin Hang, Su Xiaoxiao, ha. Awesome, right? Lin Hang, take good care of yourself. Su Xiaoxiao, damn. Why are you talking to me in such a gentle tone? I don't know how to do it. Lin Hang, anyway, you have to take good care of yourself. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I wish you happiness. Su Xiaoxiao, no. Please don't say it. It's like a parting speech. It gives me goosebumps. You'll be fine. I've asked for leave from my superiors, but it's hard to get leave approval in the army. I'm a female soldier and it's inconvenient for me to go out all the time. So, you have to be patient and wait for me to come back to see you. Before I go back, you have to take good care of yourself. Lin Hang, Xiaoxiao, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't repay your kindness. Su Xiaoxiao, it's okay. Don't be afraid. You don't have to repay me. I have a boyfriend now. Did Yao tell you? Lin Hang, I saw the photos you posted on your moments. Su Xiaoxiao, okay. So don't worry that I won't pester you. Lin Hang, that's not what I meant. I just wanted to say, Su Xiaoxiao, don't say it. If you have something to say it later. Don't say it now. Lin Hang, okay, we'll talk about it later. If there's a chance, Han Yueyao's appearance was like a ray of sunshine in Lin Hang's dark life. He didn't expect that Han Yueyao had become famous and popular as a goddess. She actually came over personally and did all this for him like a friend. Therefore, he felt very conflicted. Surprised and confused, the next morning probably because she didn't sleep well, she got up with dark circles under her eyes. Then he felt that something was wrong, so he took out a pair of sunglasses and left the house. Headquarters of Imperial Star Shi had planned to borrow 100,000 yuan from the finance department since she had more than 1,000,000 yuan in the company. He thought that it would be a simple matter, but in the end, he was rejected by the finance department. It was so embarrassing that even Cancer was about to act up. Please, it's only 100,000 yuan. It's an emergency. Don't be so stingy. Han Yueyao said coquettishly to the finance director. Miss Han, I'm sorry. This is against the company's rules, unless... The finance director didn't finish his sentence. Unless what? Han Yueyao had a bad feeling. Chapter 4295. Unless you tell President Su in person and he agrees, we'll approve it immediately. Damn it. I came to you because I don't want to tell President Su. Han Yueyao was devastated. She really didn't want to borrow money from Su Yu. Especially after she confessed her love to him, she felt it was humiliating. However, from the company's words, she could only borrow money from him if Su Yu personally agreed. It was inhumane. Han Yueyao dawdled in the finance department for a long time and was finally sent away by her colleagues. Then, dejected, she followed her agent to shoot a commercial. When she came back, it was already afternoon. Is President Su in the company? The moment she came back, she asked the receptionist at the door. Yes, the receptionist answered with a smile. Oh, okay. Han Yueyao was thinking about how to tell Su Yu. But if she didn't ask, Lin Hang wouldn't be able to hold on for long and the medical fees wouldn't be enough. It was a common disease in China, especially for uremia, which required frequent dialysis. With a lot on her mind, Han Yueyao went upstairs to the president's office. Is President Su in? Yes. Xiaoan even looked at her with a hint of longing in his eyes. Is he in there alone? Han Yueyao was still worried. No, Miss Nye is in. Miss Nye? Nye Lingxian? Han Yueyao was surprised. Yeah, Miss Nye seems to have accepted a movie and is discussing the details with President Su. Oh. I'll come later. Don't. You can go in. You're not an outsider. And chuckled. Damn it. Why do you sound so weird? To be honest, go in. Otherwise, President Su will go out to socialize and you won't be able to see him today. Do you have something to do? Yes. I have something to do. Han Yueyao nodded like a woodpecker. Then go in quickly. This? Masterin, why don't I ask you, can you do me a favor? Sure. Really? Han Yueyao was excited at N's quick answer. Well, other than borrowing money, I can help you with everything else. Say it. What is it? And looked at her in confusion. I'm fine. Master N was famous for being stingy. Perhaps it was because he came from a poor family, so he knew how to deposit his money in the bank, and it was the kind of deposit that was fixed. Therefore, Xiaoan wouldn't borrow money casually. Especially after being cheated by the girl from Yao Yiyao, he was traumatized. So, he stopped her from saying anything. She thought for a while and decided not to tell him. She would think of a way or borrow some from Sister Mian. However, just as she was about to turn and leave, the office door opened. Xiaoan, go get me a copy of the company's movie proposal for the second half of the year. Su Yu said. Why you here? Su Yu was surprised to see Han Yueyao acting so sneakily. I came to talk to you. What are you talking about? I'm busy. If you have something to say, say it. If not, scram. Su Yu's attitude toward Han Yueyao was obviously different from Nye Lingshuan's. Although he was nice and gentle to Nye Lingxian, he was obviously distant. He was more casual with Han Yueyao. Although he was rude, it was obvious that they were close. Su Yu, it's an emergency. What do you mean? Su Yu looked puzzled when he heard Han Yueyao's soft murmur. Chapter 4296. Lend me some money. Finally, to help her friend, Han Yueyao had no choice but to ask. No, Su Yu refused immediately. Damn it. You refused without hesitation. What else can I do? Do you think I should be more tactful? Su Yu looked down at her. President Su, the great President Su, the best boss in history, stop flattering me. I'm really in a hurry, come in. Seeing Han Yueyao wasn't joking, Su Yu beckoned her to come in. When Han Yueyao walked in, she saw Nie Lingxian was wearing a princess dress that was black on the top and white on the bottom. It looked like a cake. She was truly stunning. As expected of a superstar. Hello, my idol. Han Yueyao greeted Nie Lingxian warmly. Nie Lingxian smiled and greeted her back. President Su, since you're busy, let's talk later. Nie Lingxian stood up. Go ahead. I'll read the proposal and give you an answer. Okay. Thank you, President Su. Nie Lingxian stood up gracefully with her Chanel handbag. She smiled at Han Yueyao and turned to leave the office. Tell me, why do you need money? After Nie Lingxian left, Su Yu relaxed a lot. He could talk freely with Han Yueyao since she wouldn't get angry. The food in our company isn't good recently. Han Yueyao made it up. Tell me the truth. Su Yu knew she was bullshitting when he saw her expression. One of my friends is in the hospital and needs surgery. I don't have enough money. Where's your money? I saved some for my parents and used the rest to pay for the hospital fees. Han Yueyao lowered her head and tried to relax. But she was still a little embarrassed. After all, she was borrowing money from the person she liked. Go on. Su Yu looked at the data on his laptop and listened to Han Yueyao. Then, this morning, I went to the finance department to borrow money. I didn't want to trouble you, but the finance department refused and said they needed your approval. Borrow money from the finance department? You're really something, Han Yueyao. I don't have a choice either, do I? Saving lives is more important. Which friend? Why don't I remember having any friends here? Su Yu frowned and tried hard to think, but he still couldn't think of anything. Even if I tell you, you don't know him. What's the point of asking? Just tell me if you want to lend it to me or not. Is this the tone of someone borrowing money? Su Yu laughed. Han Yueyao didn't speak. How much do you need? 100,000 will do. Han Yueyao gestured. Look at how useless you are. You have millions of fans on Weibo now. You're very popular. If you just accept any commercial, you'll earn more than 100,000 yuan. You even shamelessly went to the finance department to borrow money. Tell me, is this how an idol star should behave? I'm not an idol. I've been following the path of strength. Han Yueyao stuck out her tongue. President Su, can you call the finance department? I only need 100,000 yuan, Han Yueyao urged. I can't afford to lose face. I'll lend you the money as a private loan. Then Su Yu waved his hand and wrote a check. Here. Thank you, President Su. Seeing Su Yu write a check, Han Yueyao thought he looked very handsome. She took the check and was dumbfounded. I don't need so much. Han Yueyao looked at the number on the check. Chapter 4297. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 7 digits, 1 million. Holding the 1 million yuan check from Su Yu, Han Yueyao was stupefied. Take it. Don't embarrass yourself in the finance department. If you don't have enough money, just tell me. I'm not afraid that you'll run away. Your salary is still in the company, Su Yu chuckled. You're indeed an unscrupulous capitalist. You just took the money and called me a capitalist. You're really good at kicking me to the curb after I've outlived my usefulness. Buddy, you're awesome. Taking the money, Han Yueyao ran out happily. Su Yu shook his head helplessly. She's a moody kid after all. After the twins went on their trip, everyone felt like something was missing. Buyuan wasn't in the mood for tutoring. During the winter vacation, he went to visit his relatives in the south with his grandparents. Wei Yunchu was a homebody. During the vacation, he read books and played games at home. When Jiang Xiaowei went to work sometimes, Wei Yunchu would go to the Municipal Public Security Bureau with his mom. He had a good life. Wei Ying took care of Tian Tian all the time. They were very close to each other. Tian Tian liked to talk to Wei Yunchu and sent him WeChat messages from time to time. Of course, She sent the messages under Wei Ying's WeChat account. She even liked his posts on Weibo. One day, Jiang Xiaowei drove to work at the Municipal Public Security Bureau. After all, she was a psychologist hired by the Municipal Public Security Bureau. Therefore, the treatment was very good. There was a very big office. The inside of the office was made of transparent tempered glass. The view was very good. Standing on the top floor of the office, she could see the surrounding scenery. Yun Chu, I'm going to work. If you want to watch a movie, remember to put on your headphones. Okay, Mom. Wei Yunchu sat down and played with his tablet. Obediently, he put on his headphones. At this moment, Wei Yunchu's cell phone rang. He answered the call, Big Brother Yunchu. On the other side of the screen was Little Bean's cheeky face. Little Bean. What are you doing? Big Brother Yunchu. I'm in my mom's office at the Municipal Public Security Bureau. I see. What's up? Wei Yunchu was puzzled. It's nothing. Someone misses you and is too shy to send you a WeChat message. Little Bean said. Pudding kicked her butt from behind. What nonsense are you talking about, Chin Mumu? Pudding was a little embarrassed and annoyed. Sis, you're so violent. You're too nervous. Did I say that person was you? Uncle Tang Chuan. Uncle Tang Chuan also misses Brother Yunchu very much. What's wrong with you? Pudding, isn't it inappropriate for you to assume that? Little Bean smirked. Little Bean, give the phone to your sister. Wei Yunchu ordered Little Bean like an adult. Sure, 500 red packets. You're blackmailing me? Wei Yunchu was speechless. Yes, it's extortion. So what? All right, 500 it is. After the deal was done, Little Bean handed the phone to her sister with a smile and watched from the side. After getting the phone, Pudding ran to the rooftop of the villa and locked the door, keeping Pudding outside. So that she wouldn't come here to gossip? Pudding, are you still in the States? Yeah, second Grandpa didn't want us to leave. After a few more days, we'll fly to Paris, said Pudding. Is it fun there? It's good. The air is fresh and there's no smog. Wei Yunchu chuckled. What are you laughing at? Chapter 4298. Nothing. What about you? What have you been up to these days? Pudding asked. Nothing much. I had dinner with my grandparents and then went to the company with my dad. I was bored so I stayed at home to watch movies and play games. Today I came to the bureau with my mom. You're so obedient. What else? What about Tian Tian? Stop it, I'm not. She's your relative? After all, she's your aunt's daughter. My aunt is the only one who's been fooled by her. To be honest, my parents and I don't like her. But she's a bitch. Wei Yunchu was a man of few words, but his comments were always accurate. He described Tian Tian as a bitch. Although Pudding was expressionless, she was happy that Wei Yunchu wasn't fooled by the little girl. Little Bean and I are going to Disneyland tomorrow. Do you have anything you want to bring? Pudding asked. Do you want money? You don't have to pay. If you don't want money, I can. Why are you so stingy? Your family is so rich, the money isn't mine. It's my grandpa and dad's. I'm still young and can't make money. I don't have the right to spend extravagantly. Pudding appreciated Wei Yunchu's point of view. Then I'll buy you anything. I hope you don't mind. As long as it's from you, I'll accept anything. I won't mind. Pudding bit her lip shyly. When will you and Little Bean come back? I'm not sure yet. Dad arranged a lot of things for us. Auntie said, it'll take at least a month before we can go home. A month? That's late. Yeah. It'll take a long time. But my dad must have his reasons. I must listen to him. Okay, you can come to the States too. Yunchu, you're so good at speaking. You can communicate well. Pudding invited him. My grandparents might not agree. They're traditional and think it's dangerous there. I'm still young. If my parents don't go, they'll be worried if I go with someone else. You're right. I'll see you when we get back. Yes, have fun. Have fun. Don't catch a cold. The temperature difference there is big, right? Yes, you do. Keep warm. See you later. After hanging up the phone, Wei Yunchu kept his promise and sent Little Bean a red packet of 500 yuan. Little Bean was quite surprised. Brother Yunchu, I was joking. Are you really going to give it to me? I always keep my word. Ha, you're so manly. I'm your fan now. Little Bean sent him a voice message. After Jiang Xiaowei finished analyzing the psychology of a suspect, she came out and saw her son having a video call with Pudding. He didn't disturb them and waited for a while. Jiang Xiaowei walked out. Son, not bad. You know how to flirt at such a young age? Don't talk nonsense. Spreading rumors is illegal. Huh? Who's spreading rumors? It's the truth. Tell me, do you miss Pudding? Wei Yunchu blushed at his mother's question. My crown prince is blushing. Ha. Mom, you're not very busy today, are you? Go back to work, we'll mind our own business. Wei Yunchu pushed his mother into the office. At this moment, Gao Ran walked in. He took off his hat and was wearing a police uniform. Huh? Chief Gao, why are you here? Jiang Xiaowei was surprised. Chapter 4299. Hello, Uncle Gao, Wei Yunchu greeted him immediately. Oh, you're here too. Yeah, it's the holidays, so I came with my mom. Xiaowei, are you busy right now? Do you have work to do? No, I just finished one. What's up? Come here for a second, I have something to talk to you about. Gao Ran waved his hand and called Jiang Xiaowei over. In the corner of the office, the two of them stood in front of the floor-to-ceiling window and looked at the busy traffic outside. Gao Ran asked, Have you contacted Mian recently? Yeah, we talk a lot on WeChat. Did you notice anything wrong? Gao Ran tilted his head and looked at Jiang Xiaowei. Something's wrong. I didn't notice it, but Mian hasn't been in a good mood recently. She doesn't want to see me or Lingling. I know that the baby was a big blow to her, especially after Cici gave birth to her daughter. I suspect that she blocked Cici. When Cici posted pictures of the baby, she was the only one who didn't like them. But I can understand that. After all, anyone who suffered so much would be sad. Other than that, there's something else that's very serious. What is it? Jiang Xiaowei was puzzled. Did you hear about her and Qin Chu? What about her and Qin Chu? Jiang Xiaowei obviously didn't know. They want a divorce. Jiang Xiaowei's mouth fell open when she heard the words, Gao Ran. No way? Divorce. Did you hear it wrong? No, I didn't. Who said that? Qin Chu or Mian? Jiang Xiaowei didn't know who it was. Gao Ran sighed slightly. Do you even need to ask? Of course it's Mian. Chu loves his wife so much. Why would he want a divorce? But why? Even if she had a miscarriage, they wouldn't get a divorce. Are they serious? Jiang Xiaowei had always thought that this might be a joke. I'm not joking. I've seen Chu and Huamian, and they don't seem to be in a good state. I think Chu is still the same Chu, but Huamian has been acting weird lately. I'm worried that she's anxious and depressed after losing her child, and if she keeps it all in, she'll become depressed over time. So, I suggest that you ask Huamian out, not for a private gathering. You should ask her out for a psychological test or something and see what's going on. It's a good idea, but if she's willing to do it. Jiang Xiaowei thought that Huamin might reject it. I have a way. I can lure her here. You just need to check her, that's fine. Then I'll call her now. Gao Ran said as he walked out. Today? Yeah. There's no time like the present. Let's do it today. Jiang Xiaowei didn't know what method Gao Ran used, but he did lure Huamin here. Huamin drove a red Ferrari here. Her driving style had changed recently. If it were in the past, she would never drive such a high-profile car. After Huamin went upstairs, he saw Gao Ran and Jiang Xiaowei at the door. You're all here? Yeah. Did you get the information I asked for? Gao Ran asked deliberately. Yeah. It's all here. Huamin handed a paper bag to Gao Ran. Hey, Mian, you're here at the right time. I just got a new machine. Can you try it for me? What machine? Obviously, she was very cautious. It's for stubborn insomnia. Gao Ran just tried it for me. You try it too. I need your feedback. Jiang Shaowei pulled Huamin towards the space capsule. However, Huamin suddenly shook off her hand. Her reaction was very violent and she almost pushed Jiang Shaowei down. Chapter 4300. Fortunately, Gao Ran was quick enough to catch Jiang Shaowei. Mian. Jiang Shaowei looked at Huamin in disbelief. They had known each other for so long, but Huamin had never gotten angry at Jiang Shaowei. Now, his reaction was so rude. At that moment, Jiang Shaowei felt that the Huamin in front of her had become very strange. I'm sorry, Shaowei. Mian, aren't you overreacting? What's wrong with you? Gao Ran was also suspicious. I don't like to touch the equipment in the hospital now. It's quite scary. Look, I rarely go to Southside in the first hospital. Maybe I'm against the hospital. I'm sorry, Shaowei. Really, I didn't do it on purpose. It's okay, it's okay. Jiang Shaowei was still in shock. After standing up straight, she looked at Huamin and felt that her explanation wasn't very convincing. Mian, tell Shaowei about Yuan Chu. She's a psychologist and can help you with psychological counseling. I think you haven't been in a good mood recently. Forget it. No one can help with this kind of thing. If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. I'm going shopping with my mom. You're leaving already? Jiang Shaowei saw that she was about to leave. Shaowei, let's meet another day. Bye. Huamin seemed to dislike the equipment in Jiang Shaowei's room, so he didn't want to set foot in her office at all. He turned around and left in a hurry. Mian is really a little strange. I don't know. Looking at Huamin's back, Jiang Shaowei's expression became complicated. Right? I knew she must be depressed recently. Otherwise, she wouldn't be thinking about things all day long. She even said that she wanted a divorce. What nonsense. This couple is really troublesome. Gao Ran originally wanted to ask Jiang Shaowei to give Huamin psychological counseling. However, Huamin refused to cooperate, so the matter was left unsettled. However, this incident left a knot in Jiang Shaowei's heart. After all, he had interacted with Huamin too many times in the past, and he knew that Huamin was never like this. However, she didn't continue the discussion with Gao Ran. Instead, she kept her mouth shut. Sky Blessing Court. After Yang Meirong was discharged from the hospital, she was taken care of by 2 bodyguards and a personal nurse every day. Therefore, his physical condition had recovered quite well. Zhixin, on the other hand, ran back and forth between home and the hospital to take care of the unconscious Bella. Huamin drove the Ferrari back to Sky Blessing Court. She took the key and opened the door, but as soon as she entered, he was startled by the dog that was pouncing on him. Woof woof woof. The dog pounced ferociously and tore at Huamin's sleeve mercilessly. In an instant, she raised her foot and kicked the dog to the side. This kick used an extraordinary amount of strength, so after the dog screamed, it lay on its side on the floor and started twitching. What's going on? Yang Meirong was making dumplings with the nurse in the kitchen. When she heard the noise, she quickly ran out to take a look. First, she saw the pitiful dog lying on its side on the ground, as if it was about to die. It stuck out its tongue and barked. From its barks, one could tell how miserable and painful it was. Then she looked at the door. Huamin's face was extremely gloomy. What's wrong? Yang Meirong asked. Didn't I say that I don't want a dog? Where did this beast come from? It almost bit me. Fortunately, I reacted quickly. Huamin's voice was very cold. This is a German Shepherd that Chu bought for me because he was worried that I would be bored. It's been trained and is very obedient. It won't attack people easily. What do you mean by that? Don't tell me you trust a dog instead of me? Huamin glared at Yang Meirong. That gaze shocked Yang Meirong. As if the person in front of her wasn't her daughter, Huamin had never been so fierce. Chapter 4301. Mian, that's not what I meant. Why do you miss your mom so much? Yang Meirong was shocked. Perhaps she felt that her attitude was a little overboard, so she softened a little. Kick this damn dog away. I don't want to see it again. But it's not dead yet. Yang Meirong glanced at the dying dog. But she almost bit me just now. If I didn't react quickly, I would probably be in trouble. Looking at Huamin's cold face, Yang Meirong glanced at the dog again. She said to the two bodyguards, "Take the dog out and find a pet hospital to see if she can be saved." "Don't save her. Drag her out and beat her to death," Huamin said. "Mian, she's still alive. How much is a dog's life worth?" After speaking, Huamin glared at the bodyguards. "Why are you two still standing here? Hurry up and do it. Didn't you hear me?" "Yes, Miss Hua." The two bodyguards carried the injured dog out. As for whether she would be beaten to death, that was their business. Huamin then placed the Hermes bag in his hand on the coffee table. He sat down on the sofa. "No dogs in the future, do you hear me? Mian, when did you hate dogs so much? I remember you used to like them and always wanted to get a golden retriever." Yang Meirong looked at her daughter with a heavy heart. Uncle Jing used to like them, but he didn't like them anymore. People are fickle. At my age, I'm already indifferent to these animals. Yang Meirong lowered her head and didn't say anything. "No cats in the future. No living creatures in the house," Huamin ordered. "Okay, I'll listen to you." After all, as a mother, she cared about her daughter. Although Huamin's actions were a little inappropriate, Yang Meirong's love for her daughter didn't change. "Mian, Auntie and I are making dumplings. Do you want to eat some?" "No, I don't have an appetite. I just came to take a look. Did Chu talk to you recently? Is there any news about your Uncle Jing?" Uncle Jing? I'm afraid he won't be coming back." Huamin had long known that Jingda's clone, number 002, had been killed by Qin Chu. But in the current situation, they couldn't directly say that it was Qin Chu who did it. The old lady was still foolishly waiting for her husband, but she didn't know. "Mian, what do you mean? Do you know something? Let Uncle Jing do whatever he wants. Don't wait for him. Could it be that something happened to him? A living person left for so many days without coming back. What do you think?" Huamian smiled viciously. Yang Meirong's heart tightened when she heard her daughter's words. Then she clutched her chest and fell onto the sofa. Huamin looked at her coldly. It was the nurse from the kitchen. When she came out and saw this, she hurriedly took out a quick-acting heart reliever pill from the medicine box. Then he fed it to Yang Mei. "Rest early, I'll go back first." Huamian got up and walked out of the office. Feeling bored, she got up and left. She didn't care about her mother's life or death. Of course, this wasn't her mother. The nurse was very angry. After pouring a glass of warm water for Yang Mei, she complained, "Sister, is this your daughter?" Yang Meirong nodded. "Why doesn't she look as good and filial as the rumors say? When you fell ill just now, Forget it, I don't blame her. It's not easy for her either. She's so old and lost a child. She must be sad." Yang Meirong had always thought that Huamin had become much colder because of the loss of his child. Chapter 4302. Even so, she shouldn't have done that to you. Should I tell Mr. Qin about this? No. Don't tell him. I don't want the two kids to fight. Yang Meirong waved her hand. Huamin drove the sports car around the luxury stores and spent more than 1,000,000 yuan. He bought 2 bracelets from Cartier alone. She spent nearly 600,000 yuan and bought several new bags from big brands. She also bought some perfume and lipstick. In short, she spent more than 1,000,000 yuan. Then she drove the sports car home with a full load. As soon as she entered the house, her face darkened. There were 3 giant dogs in the house, 2 black dogs for 100 yuan. Although she didn't know what breed they were, she knew from their appearance that they must be cheap and expensive. As soon as Huamin entered the house, the 3 big dogs all ran over and barked wildly. The living room instantly became lively. Uncle Li and a few servants quickly held the leashes of the dogs to prevent them from charging at Huamin. But the dogs seemed to have gone crazy and wouldn't listen no matter how they coaxed them. The 3 dogs all barked at Huamin as if they would bite her to death if they let go. "Who did this?" she roared. She couldn't take it anymore. She had just experienced such a thing in Sky Blessing Court. She thought it was settled, but who would have thought that animals she didn't like would appear in South Hill Manor? A young lady. Sir bought her. She's quite obedient. I heard that she's been domesticated for a long time and can understand humans. She's been here for a few hours and has been quite obedient. I don't know why she's like this now. Uncle Li was also helpless. He didn't know what was going on. When Qin Chu sent someone to send her back, she was indeed very obedient. Everyone liked these 3 big, majestic dogs. But why did the scene change as soon as the images came? No one knew. But Layla knew. She wasn't just her. As long as she was a clone, she would be rejected by small animals. The most obvious was cats and dogs. Jingda was also afraid of them before. Those small animals seemed to understand that they were not humans. So their attitude towards them was very fierce. She still remembered that Linya had cloned a foreigner in the underwater palace. That man liked zoos very much. Once, he went to a safari park in the United States on a mission. Being attacked by a group of tigers, perhaps it was because that person's combat power wasn't as strong as Layla's, so he was dismembered by the tiger. It could be said that he was eaten. In the end, everything was restored in the surveillance video. Later on, Linya repeatedly warned these clones not to get close to small animals. In fact, most of the clones were the same as normal people. They didn't have much fighting power and were even weaker than normal people. They would also fall sick. However, Layla was different. She was not an ordinary clone. She was a clone with a special constitution that had been modified by Linya. You could say that, in the entire underwater palace, Layla's combat index was the highest among all the clones. It could be said to be heaven-defying, even to the point of being abnormal. That was why she established the Doomsday Death God, which specialized in doing inhumane things to instill fear in people. How dare he challenge Lu Yen to a one-on-one close-range combat fight and challenge Qin Chu? This was all because she had the right to do so. Drag these animals out and chop them to death, Huan Min ordered. What? Uncle Li thought he heard wrong. Uncle Li had been at South Hill Manor for the longest time. He liked a young lady's quiet and magnanimous personality the most. Huan Min had never said anything harsh, so Uncle Li was stunned when he heard her say that for the first time. Chapter 4303. Why are you still asking? I said, drag these animals out and chop them to death. Huan Min almost went crazy. If it weren't for the fact that there were so many people around her, she wouldn't have been so mad. If there weren't so many people around, he would have stabbed these damn things to death. Before Uncle Li could speak, Qin Chu walked down from the 2nd floor. Let me see who dares to touch my dogs. Huan Min froze. It turned out that Qin Chu was home. When she saw Qin Chu, her expression immediately changed. Honey, you know how scared I am of dogs. Why did you buy 3 such big ones? I'm so scared. Huan Min's tone was coquettish. But Qin Chu wanted to kill her even more. He didn't know where this monster had come from, but now it was causing such a mess in his house. As for his real Huan Min, he didn't know where she was. If it weren't for the overall plan, Qin Chu really wanted to shoot this drama queen. I bought the dogs. But I don't like them. You've always liked them. Didn't you say that you wanted to raise a few Alaskan Malamutes and Golden Retrievers? That was before. I don't like them now. Really? Why didn't I know that your preferences changed so quickly? Qin Chu didn't give her any face and questioned her directly. Honey, let's get this out of here first. Let's talk, okay? I don't think we have anything to talk about. This is my home. If you don't like it, you can leave. Are you chasing me out? No, you're being unreasonable. I'm being unreasonable. Layla wanted to curse out loud and say, fuck. Qin Chu was obviously making things difficult for her. Isn't that so? Otherwise, why would my dog only bite you and not anyone else? Is there a secret on your body? This was the first time Qin Chu asked Huan Min these questions in front of the servants. Her face turned green when she heard that Qin Chu was openly provoking him. So, he must have known something or discovered something. Or, was he already prepared to tear him apart? Huh, what do you mean by that, Mr. Qin? What secrets could I possibly have? I don't know, but it's strange for the dog to see you. Is it my fault that I'm beautiful? Huan Min sneered. Qin Chu didn't say anything. He just looked at her coldly. Honey, I won't beat around the bush. Get rid of these dogs or else. That's impossible. Qin Chu directly refused. So you want to force me to leave this house? I didn't say that. You said it yourself. Isn't that all the same? Hee hee, this is the first time in all these years that I've realized that you're such a hypocrite. She was infuriated as well. Hence, she started retorting back at Qin Chu. Hypocritical? Who do you think you are to say that? Qin Chu snorted coldly and turned to go upstairs. I don't think I can stay in this house any longer. Then, Huamin turned to leave. Uncle Li was an elder. Seeing the young couple like this, he was worried. So, he blocked Huamin's way. A young lady, please calm down, get out of my way, you old bastard, she was furious. No matter what Huamin did before, she had to live her life according to her personality. Uncle Li was taken aback by this old fart scolding. Then Huamin drove away in his Ferrari. He didn't enter the house. Or rather, he was stopped by the dogs. Chapter 4304. Inside the presidential suite of the Ritz-Carlton, Huamin sent a WeChat message to Suyu. Huamin, are you there? Suyu, yes. Huamin, where are you? Suyu, I'm working overtime at the company. Huamin, when are you getting off work? Suyu, I don't know yet. I'm discussing the script with a few producers and directors. Recently, the company has a few wuxia movies to shoot. We've invested quite a lot in them. Huamin, wuxia movies? How old are you? Will anyone watch them? Won't you lose money? Suyu, no, I'm confident that it'll sell well at the box office. Huamin, oh, Suyu, what's up? Mian, are you looking for me? Huamin, yes. Suyu, what is it? Suyu put down the script in his hand, got up, and walked to the window with his phone. Usually, as long as Huamin had something to do, Suyu would do it. He would rush over even if it was urgent. Huamin, I left home. Suyu, did you go shopping? Huamin, no, I had a fight with Qin Chu. I was kicked out. Suyu, that's impossible. Qin Chu kicked you out? Huamin, I guess so. Anyway, I don't have a home now. Suyu, really? Huamin, I'm not lying. Suyu, Mian, where are you now? Huamin, the hotel. Suyu, which hotel? Huamian shared her location, which was the location she was talking about. Suyu looked down and saw that it was the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in the city center. Suyu, are you really at the hotel? How could this be? Huamin, it's a long story. Suyu, wait here. I'll get someone to pick you up. We'll talk when we meet. Huamin, why don't you come and find me? Suyu, that's not good. The media likes to create hype recently. I'm afraid that if the paparazzi set their eyes on us and take photos of us, we won't be able to clear our names. Suyu was in charge of an entertainment company, so he was very concerned about this. Huamin stayed in the hotel alone. Suyu went over at night, alone. What was going on? Who would believe that they only chatted for a while? A single man and a single woman? Imperial Star had nurtured so many stars over the years, and this kind of thing happened all the time. Therefore, Suyu was quite sensitive about this. Upon hearing that Suyu was not coming, Huamin was clearly unhappy. Huamin, if you're not coming, forget it. Pretend I didn't say anything. Suyu, Mian, don't be angry. I'll get someone to pick you up. Huamin, it's okay. Later, no matter what Suyu said, Huamin didn't reply. Suyu was a little anxious. He first called Qin Chu. However, Qin Chu didn't pick up. Then he sent a WeChat message to Qin Chu, but Qin Chu didn't reply either. He didn't know if it was on purpose or if it was really inconvenient for him to pick up. Suyu wanted him to pick up Huamin to meet him at the company. However, he felt that An was also a man, and everyone knew that he was Suyu's chauffeur. If someone took photos of them, it would still be bad. Therefore, Suyu thought about it and finally decided to let Han Yueyao go. Jiang Shaowei and Zhu Lingling were Huamin's best friends. If they found out, it would be a big deal. With Zhu Lingling's personality, if she knew that Huamin had been kicked out of the house by Qin Chu, she would probably pick up a knife and kill him. Therefore, Suyu thought about it and decided to let Han Yueao go. After receiving the order, Han Yueao put on a mask and took a taxi to the Ritz-Carlton alone. She rang the doorbell for a long time before Huamin reluctantly opened the door. "Sister Mian. Why you here?" Seeing Han Yueao, Huamin's cold face clearly showed that he didn't welcome her. This made Han Yueao feel a little awkward. After all, Huamin had always been good to her. When she danced, Huamin even gave her fruits and took care of her. "Sister Mian, Suyu asked me to come." "What's the matter?" Huamin didn't let Han Yueao in and blocked the door with a cold attitude. Chapter 4305. "Suyu asked me to take you to the company." Han Yueao didn't even dare to breathe loudly. She had a feeling that Sister Mian didn't like her. Then why didn't he come himself? He's afraid that the paparazzi will take pictures of him. Even I'm not afraid of him. Suyu is a man. Why would he be afraid? Ridiculous. No. Suyu isn't afraid of being a bad influence. He's afraid of being a bad influence on you, Sister Mian, Han Yueao explained patiently. Hearing this, Huamin didn't immediately refute. But she raised her head and looked at Han Yueao carefully. "You seem to know him very well." After all, he's the big boss of the company and I have to flatter him from time to time. It's not surprising that I know Suyu well." Han Yueao smiled awkwardly. "I'm not going. You can leave. Sister Mian, tell Suyu that if he wants to see me, he should come himself. Don't let anyone else come." With that, Huamin closed the door and mercilessly shut Han Yueao out. Han Yueao picked up her cell phone and called Suyu. She reported the situation to him. "Okay, you can go back first. I'll check on her later." Suyu licked his lips, overwhelmed with work. "President Su, I feel Sister Mian is acting strange. She's acting strange recently. I think she has something on her mind. I'll ask her about it later." "President Su, should we ask Sister Mian's husband to take her away? After all, they're husband and wife. I contacted Qin Chu, but he didn't reply." "I see. You can go now. I'll handle it myself." "Okay." Han Yueao. Thank you." Before Han Yueao could say anything, Suyu immediately hung up the phone. It was hard to hear him say thank you. Huamin poured cold water on Han Yueao's hopes. However, Suyu's thank you warmed her heart again. "Suyu, you're so damn cute. You're so cute. I can't bear to give you up. What should I do?" She looked at Suyu's name in the call log and murmured to herself. At this very moment on the other side of Earth, inside the underwater palace, Huamin was taken away by Messiah. After talking to her dad for a while, Lu Yin suddenly felt sleepy and couldn't keep her eyes open. Linya smiled and asked someone to send Lu Yin back to rest. "Old Lu, come with me." Linya smiled at Professor Lu. Then Professor Lu got up and followed Linya. The two of them slowly walked back to Linya's room. At night, the white passageway would be lit up with blue lights. The lights illuminated the underwater world, and the fish and jellyfish could be seen clearly. That feeling was like walking in a tunnel in the underwater world. The underwater tunnel in the ocean park was very romantic and beautiful. "Old Lu, are you happy today?" "Yeah. Today is the happiest day I've had in the past few decades. Nothing can replace it." "As long as you're happy." Professor Lu smiled. He had one hand in his pocket and the other hand holding Linya's hand. It felt like they were in love when they were young. It was especially beautiful. Professor Lu remained silent. Linya couldn't hold it in any longer. She turned her head to look at his aged face. "Old Lu, don't you have anything to ask me?" Linya asked. Chapter 4306. "If you want to tell me, you'll tell me everything. Otherwise, I won't be able to tell you anything." Professor Lu was calm and didn't seem to have anything against Linya. "Old Lu, between our daughters, do you like Mian more or Yen more?" Linya held Professor Lu's arm and asked coquettishly. Professor Lu patted Linya's head lovingly. It was the kind of doting that a man would do to his beloved. "Mian and Yen are both my daughters. Of course, I like them as much." Yeah, Which Mian are you talking about? Is it the Mian you arranged in China or the Mian we're talking about? Lin Ya's expression changed slightly when she heard his words. She slowly let go of Professor Lu's arm. She looked at him coldly. When did you find out? Professor Lu was silent. It seems you came prepared. So, you went to Bali to see me? Yes. How did you know it was me? Lin Ya couldn't figure it out. Shouldn't Professor Lu be thinking that she was in the cave in Iceland? How did he know she was awake? In this world, the only person who can clone a human, other than me, is you? Professor Lu looked at Lin Ya with a complicated expression. You've seen a clone? You've seen Layla? That's impossible. She's never met you and you've never entered China. How did you know? Professor Lu seemed to know more about the truth than Lin Ya thought. It would be a huge mistake to think that the professor was an idiot who didn't know anything. No, I've never seen Layla or your clone, but I know your cloning technology. Yaya, Jingda died many years ago. I verified it myself. But you resurrected a dead man and went to Mian's adoptive mother's house to do evil. What are you up to? Isn't this a common saying in Chinese? Biting the hand that feeds you? It seems you've broken through from number 002. Old Lu, you're still as smart as ever. You haven't become dull with age. Yaya, you've changed a lot. I want to know what happened during the years we were apart. Professor Lu and Lin Ya walked down the long underwater tunnel. He couldn't sense time here, nor could he sense anything in the world. It was as if everything was isolated from the rest of the world. When the professor guessed that it was Lin Ya behind the scenes, he had already prepared everything. At this moment, he actually felt that the woman in front of him, whom he had loved deeply for so many years, was a stranger. Old Lu, I haven't changed. I've never changed. The me you saw in the past, or rather, the me you know, was just a disguise. The Lin Ya now is my true self. You might be sad to say this, but this is the truth. I'm sorry, but I really love you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have married you and given birth to your children. Lin Ya knew that since Professor Lu already knew everything, there was no point in hiding it. Instead of trying to deal with him with loopholes, it was better for him to speak frankly. With the professor's brain circuit, it was very easy for him to accept these ridiculous things. Yaya, so what is your motive? The professor asked gently, without a trace of reproach in his tone. It gave people the feeling that no matter what Lin Ya became, he would still love her deeply. Chapter 4307. Old Lu, I want something. Lin Ya finally revealed her purpose. Is it the thing you asked Mian to ask me before? Professor Lu had already guessed that Huamin knew about the red demon because he was manipulated by Lin Ya. Yes, Old Lu. I need the red demon. What do you want it for? I want to use it on my technology. Lin Ya said vaguely. Your technology? Is it your clone army? How did you know? Lin Ya widened her eyes in surprise. Professor Lu had only been here for a short while, and the family of 4 had only had a meal together. Why did he know about the clone army? It was impossible for someone else to tell him. No one here dared to betray Lin Ya. Looking at Lin Ya's surprised face, Professor Lu smiled. He raised his head and looked around. He even reached out to touch the white crystal-like structure of the long corridor. How much did you spend to make this material? It's indeed very effective in keeping clones fresh. Old Lu. Lin Ya's mouth was wide open. She didn't expect Professor Lu to see through such advanced technology at a glance. Yaya, we developed the cloning technology together back then. We also saw the drawbacks, dangers, and destruction, so we decided to destroy this technology together. That's why the red demon has been sealed indefinitely, but you didn't keep your word and faked your death to hide from me. You continued to secretly develop clones behind my back. What are your intentions? After the clone army is born, are you going to destroy the world? Or do you want to be the overlord of Earth? Yaya, what are you trying to do by doing this? Old Lu, you're very smart. You guessed everything right, but you got one thing wrong. I didn't fake my death to hide from you, because, all these years, I've never died. I've always been living well. After hearing Lin Ya's words, Professor Lu was slightly stunned. How is that possible? Could it be that the one in the cave in Iceland is also your clone? At this moment, Professor Lu was forced to think about Lin Ya's strange behavior. Congratulations, you guessed right. Then Yin is not my child. She's a clone of you and me. Professor Lu felt like his brain was about to explode. For so many years, he had thought that his beloved wife was brain dead and lying in Iceland. Are you still racking your brains on how to revive her? However, the technology to revive the dead was something that no one in the world could do. Of course, Linya was an exception. As for Lu Yen, the daughter he had loved for years, she was actually his daughter with a clone. The truth of this matter was truly hard to believe and hard to accept. Old Lu, don't be surprised. We loved each other. That's why you love my clone, right? I loved you too, but I won't give birth to Mion for you. But as Mion's biological mother, you imprisoned her here. She's pregnant and about to give birth. Linya, how can you be so heartless? Professor Lu felt a faint pain in his heart. He knew that everything that had happened just now was fake. What family of four? What family photo? Linya was just putting on an act to confuse them. She was a woman who could scheme against the people around her. How terrifying was she? Old Lu, I didn't mean to imprison Mion. I just want our daughter to succeed with us. Did you know that she inherited our excellent genes? She's a rare medical genius. With both of you helping me, I'm sure I'll succeed. So, yeah, what do you want? Professor Lu looked at Linya with indescribable heartache. Chapter 4308. Old Lu, don't you want to be immortal? When Linya asked this question, she was a little mysterious, and there was endless strangeness in that mystery. Professor Lu froze. He didn't expect that Linya's scheme was for immortality. Yaya, in the 6 realms of reincarnation, birth, old age, illness, and death, these are unchangeable laws. It's the cycle of nature. Humans aren't an immortal species. I don't know what method you used, whether you found it out or what, but it's a terrifying thing in itself. The professor tried to calm himself down as he spoke. However, when he saw Lin Ya's youthful face, he felt even more terrified. Could it be that she, on the other side of the world? At this moment, Huamin, or rather, the clone of Huamin, was Layla. She used Huamin's body to seduce Qin Chu but failed, so she ran amok. Ever since she and Jingde 002 appeared in this city, there had been one murder case after another. They were all horrifying big cases. Gao Ran, the director of the Municipal Public Security Bureau, was about to lose his position. Even the mayor and secretary were in danger, and the rumors about vampires became more and more unscrupulous. But Layla had no intention of restraining herself. She had always thought that as an advanced species, she didn't care about humans. They looked down on stupid and low-level humans, so they would still hunt for food as much as they liked. Sometimes, even when she wasn't hungry, she would torture and kill innocent people. She didn't dare to go back to South Hill Manor because Qin Chu had bought a few giant dogs. Or rather, she didn't dare to offend Qin Chu. After all, with Layla's combat strength, she shouldn't be afraid of a few giant dogs. So, she took the opportunity of running away from home and went to live in a hotel. Then, she immediately contacted Su Yu. Considering many factors, Su Yu didn't come. Instead, he asked Han Yueyao, who had a good relationship with Huamin, to come. But when Han Yueyao came, she was sent away. After that, Huamin sent another WeChat message to Su Yu. Huamin, it's fine if you don't want to come. Let someone else come. Do you know how I feel? I just feel that you're being perfunctory. Su Yu, Mian, don't be angry. Don't be stubborn. I'll go find you now, okay? Huamin, no, don't come. Although Huamin said that, she knew that Su Yu wouldn't leave her alone. After all, Su Yu had always liked Huamin. If Qin Chu didn't come, Su Yu would. She had guessed correctly. Su Yu didn't want to upset Huamin, so he drove his sports car here himself. However, on his way to the hotel, he was stopped by a black Bentley at the intersection. Seeing the license plate number, Su Yu was slightly surprised. Then, he got out of the car. Qin Chu? Su Yu had called him, but he didn't pick up or reply to his WeChat messages. So, Su Yu was surprised to see him here. Where are you going? Qin Chu asked him calmly. To the hotel. Are you going to see Mian? Qin Chu asked. Don't go. This is between us. Don't interfere, Su Yu. Qin Chu's tone was as cold as ever. Su Yu was a bit annoyed by it, but he respected Qin Chu's attitude. Qin Chu, you and Mian are husband and wife. I know I'm an outsider and shouldn't interfere. But don't you think you two have been acting strange recently? Qin Chu didn't say anything. This isn't the first time. What on earth are you thinking? I don't believe that you have an affair, and I don't believe that you can't get over it just because she lost the child. I saw that you sent Pudding and Little Bean away. What on earth do you want? This was the first time Su Yu had spoken so bluntly to Qin Chu with such harsh words. Chapter 4309. Between me and Mian. It's not something that can be explained in a few words. Not even me? Seeing that Qin Chu didn't want to say it, Su Yu was a little sad. Su Yu, let me ask you, can you be ruthless and leave her alone? No. Then you still like her, right? Su Yu licked his dry lips and didn't answer. Forget it. If you want to help her, you can go. It's up to you. With that, Qin Chu drove away. Su Yu was dumbfounded. Qin Chu appeared with such a premeditated plan, but he left without saying anything important. This caught Su Yu off guard. At the door of the hotel suite, the doorbell rang. Huamin walked over and opened the door with a smug smile. She thought it must be Su Yu. Therefore, in order to seduce him, she even wore a bathrobe. She had long wanted to take the opportunity to create some scandals with Su Yu and embarrass Qin Chu. Most importantly, she wanted to embarrass Huamin and make her a slut that everyone would hate. Did you know why Layla hated Huamin so much? Linya and Messiah were probably the only ones who knew this. However, the moment she opened the door, before she could react, two tall bodyguards grabbed her by the hair and dragged her out. What are you doing? Layla wasn't sure who these people were. Just as she was about to make a move, she saw Qin Chu standing at the end of the corridor. Madam, sir invited you home for dinner. After the two bodyguards said this expressionlessly, they roughly led her out of the hotel. The hotel staff knew that they were husband and wife, so they naturally didn't care. Qin Chu brought his men and kidnapped this woman from the back door. When Su Yu arrived, he naturally didn't catch her. Then, Su Yu called Huamin's phone, but it was turned off and he didn't know where she was. Su Yu was worried that something had happened to her, so he foolishly called Jiang Shaowei. After hearing this, Jiang Shaowei calmly analyzed the situation. Lord Su, don't interfere in their business, Jiang Shaowei advised. Shaowei, do you think I'm being nosy too? Su Yu's heart chilled. That's not it. I just think that a person like Qin Chu has always been reliable. If he told you not to interfere, then he might really settle it himself. If we interfere, it will complicate their relationship. Maybe. I'm unnecessary. Disappointed, Su Yu called Jiang Shaowei for a while. After comforting him for a while, Jiang Shaowei drove away. After wandering around the streets for a long time, he realized that he was unfamiliar with this city. He didn't know where he was going, so he just wandered around the streets. Finally, he stopped at the entrance of Imperial Star's staff dormitory. Su Yu froze for a moment. Then he pulled over, took out his phone, leaned against the driver's seat, and sent a WeChat message to Han Yueyao. Su Yu, are you there? Han Yueyao, no. Su Yu, don't talk nonsense. Why are you talking if you're not there? Han Yueyao, oh, then let's start again. Sorry, the subscriber you called is not in the service area. Please try again later. Su Yu, Han Yueyao, haha, are you dumbfounded? Su Yu, is that how you talk to your boss? Do you want to quit your job? Han Yueyao, are you dumbfounded? It's after work. Whose boss are you? You're at most a passerby. Su Yu, Han Yueyao, okay, I'll stop teasing you. What do you want, President Su? Su Yu, come out for a drink. It's a little boring. Han Yueyao, you're in the mood? Where are you? I'll go find you. Su Yu, right outside your dormitory. Chapter 43:10. Han Yueyao, at the door? Don't play with me. Suyu. Suyu, you'll know when you come out. Hearing this message, Han Yueyao put on her coat and opened the door. Sure enough, she saw Su Yu's car parked by the side of the road. It's true. Then why are you sitting in the car? It's so cold. Han Yueyao immediately invited Su Yu. To drink with you? I have wine in my dorm. Why don't you come to my dorm to drink? Han Yueyao had already changed into her home clothes, so she didn't bother to brush her hair and wash her face. So she didn't think much of it and invited Su Yu in. But to her surprise, she was accused of seducing him with ulterior motives. Su Yu thought this method was feasible, so he parked the car in the parking lot and went straight to Han Yueyao's dorm. They went directly to Han Yueyao's dorm room. To avoid the awkwardness, Han Yueyao changed into thick home clothes. It was a yellow suit with a duck pattern, and she wore a bunny ear headband to wash her face. She was super cute. Super home, then her face was clean and there was nothing on it. It was rare to see Han Yueyao like this. After Su Yu came in, he playfully pulled the bunny ear on her head. Not to be outdone, Han Yueyao punched Su Yu. Look at you. You're a girl but you're always so rough. Which man will like you? Humph. Many people like me. I have millions of fans on Weibo. I don't believe that there's no man. Han Yueyao tilted her head. You're always bickering with me. Su Yu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. After entering the dorm, he found it pitifully small. There wasn't even a sofa. This dorm room was the same as when Han Yueyao first moved in. The room she shared with Su Xiaoxiao was the accommodation arranged by Imperial Star for female newcomers. In order to be closer to Lin Hang's car repair shop, Su Xiaoxiao refused the mansion Su Yu arranged for her. She lived in this 40-square-meter place. Later, Han Yueyao moved in. They were very close and were even more reluctant to leave. Now, Su Xiaoxiao had gone to the northwest to serve as a soldier. Han Yueyao was used to living here and didn't move out. Previously, her manager and assistant had told her that with how popular she was now, she could totally apply to Su Yu for a private residence. It would also be more private to prevent paparazzi from following them. But Han Yueyao rejected it. She felt comfortable and safe here. After living there for a long time, he would treat it as his second home. Su Yu hadn't paid attention to this place before, and this was the first time he had come in to take a look. He found that there was no sofa. The only place to put things was the empty bed where Su Xiaoxiao lived. On it were Han Yueyao's bags and scarves. I say, do you have any plans to move out? Su Yu asked tentatively. President Su, are you going to buy me a luxurious house? She smiled as she poured water for Su Yu. I don't have a mansion, but the company has a lot of luxury apartments in the city center. They are more than 100 square meters. I can give you one. Are you lending it to me or giving it to me? You're smart. I'll give it to you. Su Yu chuckled. This little girl was too smart. I don't want it. I haven't made much money for the company yet. I don't dare to take credit. To be honest, I'm not being pretentious. It's quite comfortable here. You said this rat's nest is comfortable? Su Yu looked around the dorm room with disdain. Chapter 43:11. Isn't this rat's nest prepared by our company for our employees? Su Yu was speechless. Aren't you embarrassed, President Su? Don't laugh. You can stuff a goose egg into your mouth. Why don't you have any burden of being an idol? The entertainment industry is all about character design. Look at the popular actresses. Some dress themselves as foodies, some dress themselves as silly girls, and some dress themselves as straight-A students. Look at you. I dress myself as Hinata. What do you think? Han Yueyao put her hands on her hips and smiled seductively. Who? Su Yu didn't hear her clearly. Hinata. Who's Hinata? Su Yu had never heard of her. She's Naruto's wife, Hinata, in the super popular Japanese anime Naruto. Come here. I promise I won't beat you to death. Su Yu was fuming. He was talking to Han Yueyao about character design in the entertainment industry, but she was talking to him about anime with a straight face. Her IQ wasn't online at all. Come on, President Su. Drink some water to calm your anger. Han Yueao held a glass of water and began to flatter him. Didn't you say you have beer at home? Su Yu looked around with the glass in his hand and saw a small fridge in the corner. He was fascinated. It didn't look like it could store much beer. There's beer. I can drink at least 7 beers. How many can you store in your crappy fridge? Su Yu was doubtful. Who said I wanted beer? Han Yueao rolled her eyes. What else? Su Yu looked at her in confusion. Han Yueao squatted down and pulled something out from under her bed. Then, a cardboard box was pulled out without any warning. Su Yu was speechless. Han Yueao opened the box slowly and took out a small bottle. Jingdu erguote. Ha. It can hold 12 bottles in a box. Is it enough for you? Han Yueao shook the bottle. Where did you get this? Su Yu was shocked. It was the first time he saw a box of liquor in a girl's house. What kind of combat power was this? My dad sent it to me. It's not the kind sold outside. It's brewed with our own food and packaged it himself. Every year when it's the spring festival, he'll make some for his relatives and friends. It's very popular. The liquor is very fragrant and can't be bought outside. Your dad is really amazing, Su Yu exclaimed. Then you see, experts are among the people. How about it, President Su? Do you want to drink? Sure. Su Yu was in a bad mood, so he wanted to drink some wine to ease the depression in his heart. All right, let's drink this then. I'll go prepare some dishes to go with the wine. Then she ran into the kitchen and with lightning speed he made 4 dishes to go with the wine. Of course, they were all very simple, just a portion of drunkard's peanuts. And it took her less than 5 minutes to cook a plate of fried eggs. And a plate of cucumber salad with garlic. It was also very simple. This was probably the crudest thing Su Yu had ever eaten in his life. No, the most simple and crude one should be the time when he was escaping from Yunnan, when he ate corn paste. This was probably the poorest thing Su Yu had ever eaten when he was drinking in the city. But he thought it was quite interesting. The two of them sat around a small table. They sat on a shabby stool. They drank cheap erguote. I know why you're depressed. It's because of Sister Mion, right? Han Yueao looked at Su Yu and asked him. Chapter 43:12. Su Yu's face froze slightly. Then he sighed slightly. Let's not talk about her today. Hearing Su Yu's words, Han Yueao wasn't stupid and didn't want to make Su Yu feel gloomy. She changed the topic. President Su, what do you think of Miss Nie? Which Miss Nie? Su Yu didn't know how to react. The great beauty Nie Lingxian. Oh, her. Su Yu picked up his wine glass and took a sip of white wine. I think great beauty Nie is a good woman. In the past few years, Imperial Star has promoted many artists, but she seems to have the best reputation. She doesn't bully newcomers and respects seniors. She doesn't break any unspoken rules and doesn't cause any disputes about contract terminations. She doesn't create hype and acts normally. To be honest, I'm very envious of stars who can achieve this. I want to be like her and have no regrets. Little Nie is indeed a good person. Su Yu picked up a piece of cucumber and put it in his mouth. Instantly, the fragrance overflowed. For some reason, his mood lightened a lot. Su Yu praised Nie Lingxian highly. Of course, Nie Lingxian wasn't comparable to the green tea bitches like Jian Tong and Zhao Qingya. Many people are talking about you too. Did you two really have a relationship? Han Yueao began to gossip. Are you an artist or a paparazzi? Why are you so curious? Su Yu was amused. I'm just curious. Tell me. I bet 500 yuan that you two had a romantic history. Then your 500 yuan is probably more worthless than dough. There's nothing between me and little Nie. Really? Han Yueao obviously didn't believe him. It's no good lying to you. Why not? Great beauty Nie is beautiful and low-key. She's really good. President Su. I have no reason not to like her. Su Yu chuckled and said, It's fine. If Mion hadn't appeared, I might have fallen in love with little Nie. After all, she's really outstanding and suitable to be my wife. It's just that fate is playing with me. At the mention of Mion, Han Yueao had mixed feelings. It turned out that it wasn't that Su Yu didn't like Lingxian. It was because after he got together with Huamin, all the concubines in his harem paled in comparison. Then she felt that her friendship with Su Yu seemed to be far away in the future. After all, Su Yu's feelings for Huamin would only deepen with each passing day and would not gradually fade away. So that's how it is. Come, let's drink. Han Yueao smiled awkwardly and raised her glass. Just like that, the two of them ate a few simple dishes and chatted while drinking. Meanwhile, after Huamin was taken away, Qin Chu did not go to South Hill Manor. Instead, he went to a strange mansion. Huamin, or rather Layla, tried hard to search her memory but found that Huamin had never been to this place before. "Let go of me," she struggled to break free and fell onto the sofa. Qin Chu walked in. "Sir?" The two bodyguards greeted him respectfully. "You can leave now." "I have something to say to her." "Yes, sir." After the bodyguards left, Qin Chu glanced at Huamin but didn't speak. "You sent people to take me back? Is this how you coax your wife?" "Qin Chu, are you crazy?" Huamin questioned angrily. It was said that Qin Chu spoiled Huamin to the extreme. In the past, Layla had envied him to death. Now that she saw it with her own eyes, she couldn't bear to look at it. Chapter 43:13. What do you think? Do you like it here? Qin Chu raised his head and looked around. He seemed to be asking her about the house. "Here? Where is this place? I've never been here before." Huamin said. This is my new mansion. It's a gift to you." "For me?" Huamin was a little confused. "Yes, a gift to you. I believe you'll like it here." Huamin looked around and found that the decorations were very dark. The style was a mix of black and brown, giving off a very depressing feeling. The mansion was very big, but the overall feeling wasn't good. It felt like a haunted house or a haunted house. "Honey, why did you give me a mansion all of a sudden? Are you feeling guilty because you haven't treated me well recently?" Huamin's expression suddenly changed. He smiled and then stood up. "Because I don't want you to get angry and run around. You haven't been feeling very well recently. I think you shouldn't go anywhere. Stay here and rest." "What do you mean by that?" Hearing Qin Chu's words, Huamin's expression immediately changed. "It's for your own good. I hope you can stay here and rest." Then, Qin Chu casually picked up her bag. He opened it and took out her ID, passport, and cell phone. Then, he threw the bag back onto the sofa. "Qin Chu, how dare you put me under house arrest?" Huamin finally understood Qin Chu's purpose. He was going to put her under house arrest. If you understand it that way, there's nothing wrong with it. Qin Chu's lips curled up into a faint smile. Then he turned around to leave. Huamin clenched her fists tightly, and she rushed up. She reached out to grab Qin Chu's collar, but a bodyguard appeared out of nowhere and stopped her. "Madam, you should stay here and rest. Don't disobey Mr. Qin's orders." "Qin Chu, you can't do this. You can't do this to me. I should have done this to you a long time ago." Qin Chu turned around, his face expressionless. "I want to see my mother. Can you send me to Sky Blessing Court?" "I don't think Mom would want to see you." Qin Chu finally turned around and left. The door slammed shut, then the lights dimmed. She raised her head and glanced at the corner again. He was on the verge of breaking down. There were probably no less than 100 surveillance cameras. Qin Chu not only put her under house arrest, but also closely monitored her. Could it be that this man had discovered something? That shouldn't be the case. He never had any evidence against me. A villa was guarded by 4 foreign bodyguards. Qin Chu put Huamin, or Layla, under house arrest. He was not doing this to destroy her immediately, nor was it to force her to tell him where Huamin was. He just wanted to see how strong this woman was. Only then would Qin Chu have the chance to carry out the next step of his plan. Layla was locked in the villa. On the surface, she looked scared and panicked, but in reality, to her, this was nothing. It was just that she couldn't unleash that inhuman power in front of Qin Chu. At this moment, on the other side of the earth, After the professor failed to ask for the red demon for the first time, Linya locked the professor in a white room without any communication. Lu Yen was also injected with some unknown drug and fell into a deep coma. She was sent back to the crystal coffin. Only Huamin was still awake, inside the magnificent palace. "Master! What's the matter?" Linya's expression didn't look good. She had been recalling what the professor had just said to her. "Our remote device detected that Miss Layla is in China. She seems to be in some trouble," Messiah said. Chapter 43:14. What trouble? Linya turned her head expressionlessly and glanced at Messiah. "Miss Layla seems to have been put under house arrest by Qin Chu. Hee, then she's really useless?" Linya laughed mockingly. "Miss Layla might also be afraid of what Master told her before. She doesn't dare to release non-human powers in public, especially in the country. It won't be good if the local government is alerted. She might be captured and used as a test subject when she goes back. That's why she's useless. I gave her so many special attributes, but in the end, she only knows how to eat children, useless things," Linya scolded. "Should we help her?" Messiah asked softly. "What help? If she can't even solve this small matter, let her fend for herself." Linya's attitude towards Layla was extremely cold. Huamin always said that Linya didn't deserve to be a mother and was especially heartless to her. That was because she had never seen Linya's attitude towards Layla. If she saw it, she might know what true heartless meant. "Yes, Master." Seeing that Linya didn't want to care about Layla's life at all, Messiah knew what was going on. In the past, when Linya missed her daughter, she would occasionally be a little nicer to Layla because she treated her as Huamin. She treated her as Huamin's replacement. But now, Huamin was right in front of her. She was no longer in the mood to care about Layla. After all, she was one of her test subjects. In her words, she was a flawed test subject. Although Layla was physically stronger and faster, exactly like Huamin, she didn't have a human brain. However, she didn't have a human brain, nor did she inherit the excellent genes of the professor and Linya like Huamian. Layla didn't know much about medicine, but Huamin was a true genius. Therefore, even though Linya was selfish, she still had some affection for Huamin. After all, he was her biological son. Actually, Linya's love was somewhat similar to Huasiqian's. Both of them thought that he loved Huamin very much and wanted to give her the best, but he never cared about her feelings. "Where's Mian?" When Linya mentioned Huamin, her eyes unconsciously became gentler. "Miss Mian, she's having breakfast. How's your appetite?" "Not bad. You ate quite a lot. You seem to be in a good mood." "Yes, I'll go and see her." With that, Linya walked down the temple and headed towards Huamin. Messiah didn't dare to say anything and just followed behind Linya silently. Linya's face was probably the most beautiful Oriental face. Therefore, no matter what she wore, she was devastatingly beautiful. Huamin felt that when she was wearing the queen's outfit, she gave people a very distant feeling. However, when she wore casual clothes, she still felt very distant. Perhaps it was because she was too beautiful. Inside Huamin's room, she sat in front of a table with dozens of breakfast plates from all over the world on it. They all tasted pretty good. She had been here for a while. Huamin realized that the people here seemed to be otherworldly. At least, he had never seen Messiah eat anything. It was as if everyone only prepared breakfast, lunch, and dinner for her. At first, Huamin was conflicted and wanted to leave this place. He hated Linya, so his appetite was very bad. However, recently, the baby had not been moving and the delivery was delayed. Huamin began to worry about the child, so he began to replenish his and the child's energy. Therefore, when Linya came in, Huamin was eating wonton noodles with relish. "Mian, you have a good appetite today. Are the wonton noodles delicious?" Linya smiled. Chapter 43:15. As soon as Linya came in, Huamin's good mood was completely ruined. She kept a straight face and didn't look up. She just lowered her head and replied impatiently, "It's okay." "Miss Mian, the noodles were made by Master herself," Messiah added. She seemed to want to see their relationship improve. Upon hearing Messiah's words, Huamin immediately put down his chopsticks. Then he picked up the bread beside him. Obviously, after knowing that Linya made it herself, she didn't want to eat it and completely rejected this bowl of noodles. Messiah, you can leave first. Yes, master. Linya walked over elegantly and sat across from Huamin. Then she picked up an orange and patiently peeled it. Oranges contain a lot of vitamins, so you have to eat more of them. Back then, when I was pregnant with you, I really liked oranges. Your father bought me a lot of them. At that time, we were on the run in Dongtao town, so it was inconvenient. Your father bought almost all the oranges in town. I even joked that after you were born, I should name you Little Orange. This was a very warm topic. When Linya recalled this, her face was filled with happiness. However, he couldn't tell if she was sincere or not. After all, this woman was too good at acting. In the blink of an eye, you're already so old. Your father is much older and has a lot of white hair. Linya said, Isn't it normal to be old? Everyone gets old. Birth, old age, illness, and death are the laws of nature, Huamin replied coldly. Mian, do you think I'm old? Linya reached out her slender hand and placed it on the back of Huamin's hand. Her hand was cold. The moment she touched Huamin, her heart skipped a beat. It was as if she was afraid for no reason. Huamin quickly pushed Linya's hand away. You'll always be young and beautiful, all right? If you want to hear people praise you, I suggest you look for your subordinates. After all, my ability is limited, and I have a strange personality. I don't like to flatter people. If I say too much, I might say something unpleasant. Don't be disappointed. I know you have something against me. Linya looked at Huamin calmly. Huamin was so angry that he put down the bread. She raised her head and glared at Linya. I don't just have a problem with you. I'm so disappointed in you. Let's not talk about our relationship for now. You put me under house arrest, locked up Yen, and captured Dad. Then you put on a show of family reunion. What do you think? Dr. Linya, have you had enough fun? Don't you think it's fun to have the whole world act with you? Mian, let me ask you a question first. Answer me honestly. Go ahead, Huamin replied snappily. Do you want to live forever? I want to. Although I don't look that good, I also want to stay young forever. It's best if time can always be fixed on my current appearance. I'm 30 years old, steady and mature, and I can cuddle with my husband forever. What Huamian said was purely a feeling, it wasn't what she really thought. This was because she knew that the concept of immortality was impossible to achieve with the current technology of the human race. It could only appear in novels and movies. If Mommy has a way to live forever, are you willing to help me? So that we can live forever together. You mean, you have a way to live forever? Huamin looked at Linya suspiciously, not sure if she was telling the truth or not. Chapter 43:16. In Sea City, China. Probably because he was in a bad mood, Su Yu drank some white wine and got drunk. Han Yueyao was glad to see that Su Yu was a little drunk. She secretly sent a WeChat message to an come to my dorm and pick up President Su. President Su is in your dorm? And was surprised. Yeah. Ha! Are you two already? We're drunk. Then I'll pick him up tomorrow morning. And had always wanted his boss to end her single life. He knew that his boss was in love with Dr. Hua, so he naturally wanted her to have a new relationship. Han Yueyao was a good girl, and wanted to set them up. What are you thinking? There's nothing between us. President Su is just in a bad mood and wants to have a drink with me. Hurry up and come and pick him up. Hurry up. I'm going out later and won't be home. It'll be bad if he gets drunk again and hits the wall. Okay. You're such an unromantic woman. You didn't take advantage of such a good opportunity. Don't regret it in the future, and chuckled. Regret your ass. Hurry up and come. If he vomits at my house, I'll kick him out. Although Han Yueyao said that, she couldn't bear to kick Su Yu out. She was already happy that Su Yu came to her when he was in a bad mood. Su Yu was in a bad mood and was a little drunk after a few drinks. His words were also unclear. Han Yueyao felt that no matter how much she liked Su Yu, she didn't have to take advantage of him when he was drunk. This wasn't an honorable thing to do. In less than 20 minutes, In came. He helped the sleepy Su Yu away. Han Yueyao, let's drink another day. Su Yu was obviously not convinced. When he left, he even said that they would drink another day. Afraid that he was cold, Han Yueyao tied one of her scarves around Su Yu's neck. Then he helped get him into the car and watched the car drive away. After Su Yu left, she put on her coat, bought some fruits and flowers, and went to the hospital. Southside Sanatorium Lin Hang was very happy to see her. It's so late. Why you here? Yes, I heard that you weren't in a good mood during the day. Han Yueyao recalled that Lin Hang's friends had called her during the day and told her that Lin Hang was in a bad mood after the dialysis. Have a seat first. Is it cold outside? Lin Hang looked at her gently and asked. It's not cold. This winter is much warmer than the previous years. Of course, as a foreigner, I don't know about this. I saw it on the local news. Yeah, it hasn't snowed much this winter. The weather is getting warmer and warmer. Do you want an apple? I'm not eating anymore. Where are the bananas? Lin Hang shook his head. Then I'll wash a pear for you. It'll moisten your lungs and stop your cough. Before Lin Hang could respond, she picked up a snow pear and walked to the washroom to wash it. After wiping it clean, she handed it to him carefully. Thank you, Yao Yao. Don't mention it. What's wrong? Is the dialysis very painful today? I heard that you weren't very cooperative today. Han Yueyao asked him. Lin Hang took a small bite of the snow pear and lowered his head. Yao Yao, I don't want to continue the treatment. I want to leave the hospital. Han Yueyao's heart sank when she heard Lin Hang's words. But it's not like you can't cure it. I'll take care of the money. Don't think too much. It's not about money. I just think that instead of living here suffering, I'd better use the rest of my time to do something I really want to do. We'll do it when you're better, Han Yueyao persuaded him. But I know that I won't be able to recover. I don't have much time left. Chapter 43:17. Don't talk nonsense. Don't say such unlucky things. Lin Hang's self-abandonment made Han Yueyao unhappy. Displeased, Han Yueyao scolded him. Yao, the doctor told me about my condition. You don't have to hide it from me. If I can't find a suitable kidney for transplant, I won't live for more than a year. A year is a long time. We'll find one. Heartbroken, Han Yueyao comforted him in a soft voice. What if we still can't find one? Lin Hang looked into Han Yueyao's eyes and asked word for word. Han Yueyao was silent. She didn't know how to answer. She just wanted to cry. Yao, do you know that although I run a repair shop, play with cars, and modify cars, it's not my real dream. Don't tell me you want to be an actor. Han Yueyao teased him. No. The entertainment industry isn't for me. I really want to go back to the small mountain village and build a small house with my own yard. I want to grow some vegetables and enjoy the view of the flowers in the spring, the green grass in the summer, the yellow leaves in the autumn, and the white snow in the winter. Then I'll have a fire in my little house, go hunting in the mountains, eat wild game, drink wine, and eat meat. I'll be free. Sounds good. I want to go too. Han Yueyao smiled. If I get better, I'll go back to the mountain village and be a hunter. You can be a village girl. What do you think? Ha, good. Han Yueyao laughed. But a village girl isn't as beautiful as you. Your skin is so soft and tender. It's a pity. Lin Hang smiled gently. It's okay. It'll turn red in a few days in the wind. Yao Yao, you don't have to pay for me anymore. Let me leave the hospital. If you really want to help me, then buy me a small house in the village. Help me fulfill my wish for the rest of my life. After I die, you can sell the house. Consider it as returning the money for the house to you. This way I will feel at ease. Tui. Don't talk nonsense. You won't die, you're still young. Xiao even said, she wants to give you girls in the army. Let's not talk about this anymore. Come to you dance for me. I really like the first dance you did on Dancing Allure. That was your first time on the stage. You were a little nervous and a little excited, but that dance was still beautiful. Even when I watched it on TV, I felt like this girl was really spiritual. Deal. With a smile, she stood up and played the song on her cell phone. Then, she dressed in casual clothes and danced for Lin Hang in the ward. She had never thought of herself as kind or great. However, he was willing to fulfill Lin Hang's small wish. He also sincerely hoped that he could get better. After all, this was a young life. The next morning at GK Corporation, after the morning meeting, Qin Chu returned to his office and immediately turned on the surveillance camera. He saw that everything in the villa was normal, as if nothing had happened. The woman was having her breakfast in the living room, taking her time. However, at 5 in the morning, there was a murder on the west side of the city. The victim was a 12-year-old boy. His heart was missing, and all the blood in his body had dried up. Qin Chu didn't know how she left the villa without anyone noticing. "President Qin, someone's looking for you." "Who is it?" She said it's a young lady's friend. "It's the superstar." Han Yueyao, Assistant Yang reported. Han Yueyao? Qin Chu found the name familiar and suddenly remembered who this girl was. "Let her in." Qin Chu closed his laptop and stood up solemnly. "President Qin, am I disturbing you?" Han Yueyao walked in politely and nodded at Qin Chu. Chapter 43:18. No. Have a seat. Qin Chu was still cold and aloof. Assistant Yang immediately made a cup of coffee and placed it before Han Yueyao. "Thank you." Han Yueyao smiled at Assistant Yang politely. She didn't have the aura of a superstar at all. Instead, she was down-to-earth and approachable. After all, Han Yueyao was now the most popular newcomer. "Do you need something from me?" "Yes, President Qin. I know it's not appropriate to talk to you directly. I wanted to talk to Sister Mian, but her cell phone was turned off. Yeah. Mian hasn't been feeling well recently and is recuperating. You can talk to me if you need anything." Qin Chu tried to make his tone calm, not wanting to scare the girl away. "President Qin, I won't hold back. I'll tell you. Here's the thing." Han Yueyao told him what she needed help with. Qin Chu nodded calmly. "I understand what you mean. You want to treat your friend, right?" "He's hospitalized at Southside now?" "Yes, President Qin. His name? Lin Hang." "Okay, I got it. I'll contact them tomorrow and follow up on this matter." "President Qin, I heard that you and Sister Mian both studied medicine. Although you haven't practiced medicine in recent years, your medical skills are superb. My request may be unreasonable, but my friend is very young. I really don't want him to leave so easily. So I can pay for his medical expenses and surgery. I just want you to help him think of a way." Han Yueyao knew it was wishful thinking for her to ask Qin Chu for help with her current status. He had no obligation to help her. But at the thought of Lin Hang's world-weary attitude, Han Yueyao felt sad. So, she risked her dignity and came to see Qin Chu alone. At first, she was worried that Qin Chu would refuse to see her. But now it seemed that Qin Chu wasn't as cold as the rumors said. "I received your request. Since you're Mian's friend, I'll do my best." Qin Chu never made promises easily, so he didn't make any promises. However, since he had expressed his willingness to help, he would definitely not sit idly by. Unsure, she stood up slightly. He bowed to Qin Chu. "Thank you, President Qin." "You're welcome." "Then I'll leave first. I'll wait for your news." "All right." Qin Chu nodded. Then she left the GK group. Assistant Yang had worked for Qin Chu for many years and had a deep relationship with him. Therefore, when she came in to clear the coffee, she didn't forget to tease him. "President Qin, Han Yueyao looks prettier in person than on TV. Her skin looks good and she's very approachable." "Well, so? Are you interested?" No. I'm fine with my wife." "Ha." Assistant Yang was famous for being henpecked. Everyone in the company knew that. "Is Xin at the company?" "Director Jing is here. He seems to be arranging work in the small meeting room." "Yes, tell him to come to my office when he's done." "Yes, President Qin." After Assistant Yang left, Qin Chu was a little tired. Obviously, Putting that monster woman under house arrest wasn't the best way. He had to find a way to prove that she was the murderer. Then he could immediately ask Gao Ran to arrest her. Otherwise, he really couldn't do anything to her. After all, Mian might still be in their hands. Qin Chu leaned back in his chair with a lot on his mind. At this moment, a video call invitation came from his phone. He immediately felt refreshed. You're tuning in to the Wang Lin's Journey YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.